Welcome to another episode of Herdmane's Garage. Quick update where I'm at on the Camaro. We'll make it quick. Basically it's take two on the door jambs. I painted the door jambs and the trunk jambs and stuff a little too early. You all probably know where I'm going with this. So what I've done is I've hit all this with I had some chipped areas, is why I went back at it. A few little dry spray areas up in there. So I just took 220, took those back down, then went with 400 in the red Scotch-Brite. We had some areas here I had to take back down and just flatten out. You know how it goes. Painted them too early, had some adjustments to do. On the door, had some adjustments to do after paint. Cracked the seam sealer, so I redid the seam sealer. Again, 220, 400 red Scotch-Brite. I'm probably going to do a few little spot areas of body fill to smooth a few little areas so I don't, have to prime it. You can use primer, but you can use body fill. I mean, high build primer is fill anyway. If you didn't know, material's material. Driver's side, this was an interesting one. Decided that I had an issue with the original door latches, so I went to replace the door latches. By the way, anytime you have issues with these doors, can't get them adjusted, get them closed right, generally, after you've done everything, it's going to be the door latches, all right? That's just the way it goes. Replaced them. When I went to replace this one, the original screws were seized. Used an impact driver to the point that it messed up the Phillips head, so I ended up having to pull out the MIG and weld some stuff to it so I can get a hold of it and get them loosened. So naturally I ended up heating up the clear on these here and burnt the clear, so sanded this back down, back in the submission here. I'm still working on this here, so I'm going back down with 400. I'm going to shoot in the base here, blend it, clear it. Again, obviously I've already painted this stuff. I was going to reshoot this here, but it's actually not really. I don't know why I want to reshoot it. I'm just going to leave it. Had a few little areas. I may just spot it up or maybe shoot it later if I have more issues. So, here's the deal about perfectionism, all right? Perfection, remember this quote. Perfection is the enemy of good. Now, it's great to do, try to shoot for perfect on everything, but in a way, if you shoot for perfect on everything, you're never going to be happy with it, because nothing is perfect in life. Nothing is perfect in life or auto body or anything, period. So you're going to set yourself up for letdown, failure, and depression if you shoot for perfection all the time. Now, you could do the best you can, there's no doubt, but there is a point when you have to say to yourself, is this a show car or is this a driver? Okay? This particular project, I've went through those battles. Something you're always having to say, hey, is this a driver or what? So just a little bit of food for thought. Perfection is the enemy of good. If you go for perfection, you're never going to get it done, and you're never going to be happy with it. And if you end up hitting all the check boxes and making it perfect, you're going to be too scared to drive it and have fun with it. if it's not a show car. Let's face it. If you get it perfect, you're going to throw rock chips on it anyway. So this is going to be a nice looking car. It's going to be straight, blah, blah, blah. But again, sometimes you just got to get her done. So that's all for now. I'm going to keep working on these jambs and put it to her later.